Thursday, July 13th, 2017. I'm Michael Smith. Okay, so I'm continuing on belief systems somewhat. I missed yesterday because I had a lot going on. That's it. But one of the things I realized when I was rewatching after I uploaded, because most of the time I'm doing these one takes and I just continue on as soon as I'm done, and I just start uploading because if I didn't, I would have problems. Like I've mentioned in comments that I'm a perfectionist. I will actually not stop until I get things perfect, and sometimes that holds me back too much, where I'm just way too focused on the outcome and what people think and my presentation and my image of what's being represented. I mean, whether it be, my video producing or my graphic designing or my ideas, period. So it's always holding me back, and that's why I'm like, I can't do that with these if I want these to be out there and in a mass scale of sorts, like one a day or whatnot. The plan is eventually that I'm actually going to start creating advertisements of sorts with highlighted portions, just like you see on Joe Rogan or Alex Jones, where they do clips, quick clips. Oh man, too many crazy creatures again. But what I realized I didn't get to was the actual epiphany I had. So I had this whole beginning to the video that, hey, I had this epiphany and I never mentioned it. So that epiphany was basically that I need to incorporate my story into all of this. I didn't think that I deserved to tell my story until I had something to show for it. So that was in my mind, my ego. My ego the entire time has been telling me that, hey, you come off with designated subcategories, categories, chapters, however you want to consider it, and teach based off of how you see the linear line progressing based off intuition. So that was like half ego, half intuition, and I'm kind of balancing it. That was the goal in the beginning. So obviously getting comfortable to this point where I can talk freely, getting to the point where ideas are coming more fluidly like they do naturally versus me forcing them on you guys. Because one of my key, all right, real quick, the epiphany before I forget again, is that I'm going to make things more personal. Not only in a sense of how it ties to me, these bits of information that I bring to you guys, but also what my experience was, what made me come about to learn these specific things. So I feel each one of those can kind of go into shorter categories, so maybe that'll be an intro into how we get the ball moving here and basically give you direct insight to my direct story as to my quote-unquote awakening, enlightenment, or however you want to consider it. And by all means, I'm nowhere near perfect, but I've definitely jumped leaps and bounds from the person that I used to be, and even to the point of being here now. Wow. Okay, so we're talking about belief systems. I'm still trying to continue it on. I had this big old spill about my story, and it wasn't meant to be, so maybe I'll upload it or continue it in, because it was only a 3-minute video evidently, so we'll figure out what's going on. The main thing I want to cover with belief systems real quick is that, and I'm going to try to make this super quick because I really got to go, is that belief systems are creating everything that you're experiencing. If you believe in ghosts, if you believe in your God, if you believe in angels, if you believe in devils, demons, if you believe in aliens, if you believe in interdimensionals, if you believe in ancient spirits, no matter what the case may be, whatever that belief is, you're creating that belief based off of what you intend. Now, the weird thing about the mind is that the mind is we are conscious, and we have the ability to create out of our subconscious. And it's almost like that subconscious is like a weird connection inside God's mind, if you want to call it that, quote unquote. And when you create this connection between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, you are secretly creating a pathway into, quote unquote, God and the dreamer, the mind of the dreamer. And by doing this, by having this weird balance between your conscious and subconscious, you create this path of reality unfolding before you based off of your mind and your intention. And that's the beauty of what all these ancient texts and teachings are trying to tell you, is that when you live in the form of chaos and that fog of which is the ego, and you don't pay attention to anything of what's going on around you, that fog will take over so much, and it creates chaos in your reality because your mind is just living in that moment-to-moment chaos. When you finally can subdue that chaos and you can tame it based off of your conscious mind, because your conscious mind is where this desire is going to arise from. When you finally say that you're going to take on your subconscious and you're going to master your own thoughts and you're going to tame the beast, is when your world will start to open up. You'll start to realize that your conscious intentions, which may have started with your subconscious, is now literally making connections to your reality. Your reality is actually now starting to birth that of which you intend, which is in your conscious mind. Now, we can't do it based off of our conscious mind alone. We can't will things into effect based off of consciousness. But the secret to it is that the consciousness is the stepping stone to programming your subconscious, and your subconscious is the creator of your reality. Whatever your subconscious is receiving is going to be what it projects. So when you are in constant self-talk of I hate this, I hate that, I hate myself, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm never going to accomplish this is too hard, this is too whatever. All these phrases and statements are a form of self-talk that are actually creating a reality. So what happens, you end up perceiving it off of your conscious mind that you're a victim and everything's happening to you, and your subconscious is creating the reality that this is what you want, this is what you desire, so it's going to give you that form, and it balances the two between your perception and your actual reality. You start receiving things that are coming in as your chaos, your madness. But if you can take some time, because all this manifestation, quote unquote, the secret, however you want to consider it, the way it works is it takes process. So depending how quick your belief system can come to fruition will determine how quick that reality will unfold before you. So if you can program your beliefs in a matter of days, that reality will now start to form before you in the way that you wanted to project it. So if you say, I'm tired of all the negative, I want to start being positive, well, then I start taking conscious thoughts and I start, being consciously good. Every time I have a negative thought, I'll cancel it out and replace it with a positive thought. 3 times the charm. I've done 2 other videos and I can't say what's going on, but something is making it not record right. I changed the internal storage. Hopefully it makes a difference for right now. If this doesn't work, no video today, unfortunately. The thing I just got done spilling was the belief system and how much it actually affects your world. Now, I'm going to make it quick, short, and sweet. Your subconscious mind creates your reality that you exist in. So your subconscious mind is constantly receiving the input that you send it from your conscious mind. So if your conscious mind is actually giving you negative self-talk where I'm bad, I'm poor, I'm unfit to make this happen, I can't make it happen, the world's out to get me, I hate this, I hate that, all these different cases. If this is you, this is going to create the reality that you perceive from your conscious mind because of the self-talk that you give it. Your subconscious is that neutral balancer which projects whatever it is that you want to send it. So most times than none, it's negative self-talk because of your belief systems and the way that you were raised, the way that you were taught to believe life, the way that you were taught to receive things from that of the exterior world of what you feel is outside of you. If your self-talk is positive and everything and your outlook is positive, then more times than none, that's going to be the projector of what you're sending out, and your subconscious is going to receive that, and it's only going to project good luck happenings into your reality. It's going to make things seem so handed over to you when you don't even know why, just because it happens and you stumble across things and your luck is always so beneficial. And more times than none, it's because your positive self-talk is making that occur on a daily basis. Just your perception of reality is making that occur without you even realizing luck is at your fingertips. But there's no such thing as luck, and there's no such thing as coincidences. Everything that's occurring in your life is